afternoon, good evening, whatever this is. This is Tanks and Tutties, presented by Tubbs and Frankie. It is episode 70, another milestone in the books, another nice 10 episode. Should be a quicker one this week. Frankie did not watch any college football on Saturday, so Tubbs is going to be leading the conversation there. And the Lions didn't play, so I have nothing to say about them. So let's get right into it. How was your weekend?
My weekend was really fun. We left for San Antonio Thursday night. Paige's classes got canceled later on Thursday, so we didn't have anything going on. Decided to start traveling. It was a 10.5-hour drive. We decided that we were going to stop in Dallas Thursday night. And so we made it through, got to Dallas in about 6.5 hours.
Excuse me.
Jesus. Dallas was gorgeous. It was super warm. Our hotel was nice. Stayed in Dallas for the night. Friday morning we got up and kind of went and explored Dallas. Went and saw where JFK was shot, which was actually really cool. Yep.
Whoa, that
I
was
went
cool?
there.
Fucking terrorist.
It was cool to see the area. All right, chill. But no, Dallas as a whole is really cool. Finished up our drive Friday night, got to San Antonio. San Antonio actually is also a very cool city. I obviously had never been there, but one of my high school friends lives there. He was getting married, so that's why we were there. But they have it's just called the San Antonio Riverwalk, and basically it's like a second city underneath the city that just runs along the river, and there's like a ton of restaurants and like bars and everything. Super cool, especially at night when it's all lit up and everything. So we spent a lot of time there on Friday night. And then Saturday, got up, went golfing. I played at actually I think it was the shittiest golf course I've ever played at. To put it in perspective, the greens were crabgrass and sand. So if that says anything. And the fairways were missing a lot of grass. Didn't mind though, because I was able to get out and golf, especially in a new city. I wanted to play some of the nicer courses, but I took too long to book a place, and nothing was available when I was looking Friday during the afternoon. Either way, got out, golfed, shot a 44, which is pretty average for me. I'd say that's pretty good considering the quality of the course. I will say I was hitting the ball really well, which is awesome. Saturday afternoon, we went downtown. San Antonio, went to the Alamo. Fun fact, Paige didn't know what the Alamo is. So when they say never forget the Alamo, some people, I guess, never learned what the Alamo is.
I thought everybody did in school.
So did I, but that was cool too. Yeah, I don't know. San Antonio, awesome place. Went to this wedding late Saturday afternoon. I will say it was the most beautiful wedding I've ever been to. It was on a golf course, probably the nicest golf course in the area that I saw. And it was also like a farm. They had longhorns on the golf course, which was pretty freaking sweet. They were huge. The backdrop to the wedding was a double waterfall. Could not have been better. Then dinner was a plated dinner. I had a nice salmon fillet with a twice-baked potato. It was delicious. Free drinks, champagne, great music with my friends. It was a blast. We ended up leaving at about 11:30. We had to head out Sunday morning to drive back, and we were driving the full 10.5 hours. So we left Sunday morning at like 7, I think. Drive was good. The only spot we hit traffic was outside of Little Rock, Arkansas, and we were in that for about 30 minutes. The 10.5-hour drive, I think we probably made it in 10. Other than that, I got to stop at a Buc-ee's for the first time. I think Buc-ee's is a little bit overrated. It's cool, but it's not like the best place ever, like people make it seem like.
All of those like quirky things that are cool, like for you, Quick Trip, Buc-ee's, some of the fast food places, they're all overrated. Like everybody acts like it's the best thing ever, but in reality, it's just you don't get to have it that often, so it's new. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will say I got to have In-N-Out this weekend. Love In-N-Out. I think you think that place is overrated as well, correct?
I do, yeah. It's very good, don't get me wrong, but people that are like, oh, I would die to have an In-N-Out in my state. No, you would go, like, it's the same thing with, like, Chick-fil-A. Like, you get it every so often now, but when it first became a thing in Michigan, it was like, holy fuck. But eventually you just get used to it. But In-N-Out's
Yeah,
good.
I'll say that's me with Zaxby's right now, because I had heard Zaxby's was fantastic. Never had it. Came down to Tennessee and had it, and I was like, wow, like, this is my favorite chicken place. And I've probably only had it like 4 or 5 times since we moved down here, which isn't that much, which it's still really good. I just don't go all the time. Fun story about Quick Trip, actually. On our way to Texas, we went to a Quick Trip, but it was spelled with a Q, like the correct way, Quick trip. And I was like, this feels like a ripoff. And then we went inside, and it's like set up the same way as like a Wisconsin Quick Trip is. It's also red and white, like that's their colors. That's the same as the Wisconsin Quick Trip. We're checking out, and the cashier goes, "See you next time," which is the same slogan.
Hello? I think I lost you. Oh, no. We're going to keep rolling, though. I don't know if it's him or me. Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. I just realized I must have had a big drop out there. What was the last part of my story?
The last thing you said was, that's the same thing Quick Trip says. And then I just lost you.
Oh. I was just saying that somewhere along the line, somebody's getting ripped off here. Because I looked it up, and they're not related. They're not the same chain. But they both have the same colors, they're both set up the same way, and they both use the same slogan. And they both have the same name.
This would be a good, like, school report, you know? The Battle of the Quick Trip.
That'd
be fun.
Don't worry, today I've got a lot of fun facts, so.
Okay. Is that the end of your weekend there?
Yeah, I did ask how was your weekend, but I got cut off.
Oh, so. Okay. No donuts and groceries. What a sad day.
I wouldn't say sad. We still got loaded up. So got some Einstein's bagels.
Nice. I haven't had Einstein since college.
Dude, Einstein's is so good. They have a brisket breakfast sandwich.
What was the name of the living place that Einstein
Holton
was
Hooker.
in? I was thinking Hendon Hooker. I couldn't think of the actual name.
No, that's where Paige lived.
Yeah, I remember that. I had a buddy that lived in there, and I was like, damn, this place is nice. All right, my weekend was pretty chill. Friday night. What did I do Friday night? I don't think I did shit. Did I ask you to play Xbox Friday night? No, because I knew you were going to San Antonio. Good Lord, what did I do Friday? I didn't go to my parents. I don't know. I don't know what I did Friday. I'm going to skip over it. I know I didn't see Sid because she... Oh, wait. I went to my parents. Dude, I really don't remember. I think I went to my parents, got a haircut maybe. I don't know. Whatever. I didn't see Sid. She was gone. Saturday, went over to my parents. We did the rest of the flooring in their house. It's finally done. I don't have to go back over there unless I want to just hang out with them. But no more work over there. That's all done. Linked up with Sid Saturday night for some dinner. Watched a little bit of the Michigan game at the restaurant, and then headed home, watched the rest of the game. And then Sunday woke up, hit the gym, went grocery shopping, and then made some food, watched football all day, nothing crazy. I thought about doing the leaves, but they're still falling, so that's going to be this week. So next week you get to hear me bitch about raking up all my leaves all weekend. So I'm going to have another boring weekend this weekend, just kind of winter setting in, not much to do. Sid's going to Columbus for MSU Ohio State this weekend, so I will be all alone, probably just going to be playing video games and raking leaves. So watching football, of course. I don't know if I've told you, me and Sid decided to do No Drink November. And it's going well right now. We are 7 days in. However, those like last weekend and this weekend now when I'm alone, it's like all I want to do is have some beers and play some video games or have some beers and watch football. And I'm like, man, this kind of sucks. But I already feel better. I have more energy, because the past couple weekends before that, I was drinking every Saturday or so, and then Sunday I wake up feeling like shit, and then watching football isn't as fun. But I'm feeling good, so I'll keep you guys updated on that one. I'm not going to fuck up. The only one is we did agree, Blackout Wednesday, we may drink, and then we'll just add a day at the end. But that is TBD because Sid might work on Thursday, so might avoid that one at all costs.
You mean to tell me that she's going to Columbus for MSU Ohio State, and she's not going to drink?
Well, she did say, so her sister works at a pretty high-end restaurant in Columbus, and she said she can get him a free, expensive-ass glass of wine, so she might have that, and then she said she might drink at the game. But for me personally, I'm not drinking until Blackout Wednesday. This trip for her kind of popped up out of nowhere, because obviously if she had this coming, this wouldn't have been a thing, because you want to drink at the MSU game in Columbus. But
yeah,
kind of popped up, I think, like 3 days ago. Her sister was like, why don't you come down? So she's like, sure. But for me, the only one I have is Blackout Wednesday, and then I was going to go to the high school playoff games for football in Detroit and then stay at the casino. I definitely would have drank them, but it turns out schedule conflict with my family Thanksgiving, so I'm not going to that anymore. But let's get rolling. Locks and long shots. Last week, Wisconsin lost, so that is now dead. We've been saying it for weeks. It's kind of sad that I don't have a still open anymore. So Wisconsin over 8.5 wins, loss. I had Notre Dame -3. That was a horrible bet. Clemson just rolled them, so that was a loss. Bengals -2.5 though. Pretty much sweat free, I'd say. I don't think I stayed up for the whole game even, and I did have that bet. So W there. 49, 41, and 1 on the locks now. I'd like to get to 10 games above 500, but I'm struggling to. So we're just going to keep rolling with the 1 NFL line, 1 college football line. So this week,
I'd just like to
Falcons
get to 500.
Yeah, I bet you would. Falcons -1. They're playing the Cardinals at home. Is it at home? No, they're on the road.
No.
Kyler Murray's back. However, I have no problem betting against Kyler Murray when he has no receivers, no offensive line, no run game, and the new Call of Duty comes out on Thursday. So
I can't believe you just stole my stat.
Yes, I did steal your stat. I'm sorry. Austin told me that before the show. That is Austin's stat. I repeat, Austin's stat. But I did like Falcons -1. I honestly thought they were playing a backup, but Kyler Murray at this point, isn't he basically a backup? And then college football, man, I said I was going to not bet on this team anymore, and I will not place this bet. But in terms of a college football lock, this is about as locked as it gets. Michigan -4.5 against Penn State on the road Saturday at noon. Michigan's winning this game by a touchdown without a doubt in my mind. I think it won't be close. Penn State's defense is good. Their offense is bad. And Michigan's defense has been playing outrageously well. The offense kind of started slow last week, but you'll get that on those big jobs. If this was a night game in Happy Valley, I would not touch this. But in my opinion, and we'll get to it later, Michigan's the best team in college football. Cheating or not, I don't care. We're the best team in college football. They're giving 4.5 to a team that looked like shit against Ohio State, who's looked like shit, and the team that almost lost to Indiana at home, who Michigan blew out on the road. Yeah, let me lay the 4.5 here. We're hammering that shit all day. Long shots, struggling. Still got Gibbs, Offensive Rookie of the Year. That one is looking worse by the day just because he had a bye, and Stroud, 5 touchdowns?
And almost 500 yards.
Yeah, just an outrageous game from Stroud. He's probably going to win it, but I'm not marking it as a loss until like week 15 or 16, because if Stroud gets injured, Gibbs could sneak in there if we make the playoffs. Last week, Hopkins anytime touchdown. I was so confident in this play, and the Titans' first red zone drive there, he was open, and Levis held the ball and got sacked. I don't know what the fuck that was. I put it in our parlay. I was so confident. That was it right there. Hopkins was wide open. Didn't hit him. So. That's fine. That's a loss. We'll wear that one. I'm going to bet that this weekend. I don't give a fuck. Hopkins is going to heat up here. Levis is a good quarterback. This week, we're going to hop back on the train. We're going to hop on the Texans bandwagon here. They're playing the Bengals, who I'm skeptical of. Their offense looked red hot at the start of that Bills game, and then they just disappeared. Texans +3.5. I think they can score against anybody. I think the regular line is +6.5, so I bumped it down to 3.5 to get +135, so it qualified as a long shot. I guess technically I also have their regular line as a lock, but I'm not going to add that just because I will have the 3.5. The Texans might win this game. Franke with the take of the fucking year. What'd you say, over 500 or playoffs?
Over 500.
Yeah, take of the fucking year. I don't know what their schedule looks like, but I like +3.5 at that alt line there. Your locks and long shots.
First off, I'm going to let you know that I hate every single one of your bets this week except for Falcons -1. Just throwing that out there.
You
for
hate
next
Michigan?
Week.
Hang
yes.
on.
Yep.
You hate Michigan? Why?
Because I think, like you said, Penn State's defense is very good, and Michigan's defense is very good. So it's going to be low scoring. Penn State's offense, very bad. Michigan's offense starts slow. If they if their defense just plays good, it's going to be a close game. And it's a rivalry, and it's at home for Penn State.
Here's my other stat. James Franklin, what is he, 1-10 against AP top 5?
I don't know.
And he's had some good fucking teams. There's a stat out there like that.
I don't know. And I hate to bring it up, but I think the cheating scandal's got to come back to bite sometime here soon. And if there's any game...
No. Let's save the cheating scandal because a lot of shit... It's every week more shit comes out, but it's swinging back into Michigan being okay direction. And I can't wait to talk about it. But
it's not even... Yeah, okay. We'll save it. My locks and long shots.
The way... Yeah, we'll save it. Go ahead.
My locks and long shots. I don't really know what to do anymore with these. Every week I think I'm going to bounce back, and then I just get burned. I'm 30, 58, and 2 on my locks, which is horrible. Disgusting. Wisconsin, over 8.5 wins. Already talked about it. Lost to Indiana. Gross.
They're going to make a bowl, though.
Yeah. Dolphins +2.5. Go overseas, and their offense just can't do anything until the middle of the fourth quarter. Loss. Seahawks, Ravens, over 43. Ravens did their part. Seahawks are dead to me. Finished 37-3. All we needed was one more field goal for a push. I would have gladly taken a push here.
And then easily hit that, though. That's what's fucked up.
I know.
The Seahawks were in the red zone how many times? 2 or 3,
yeah.
Right?
Well, Geno became a pumpkin again. So.
Yep.
And then Rutgers +18.5 against Ohio State. They lost by 19. So.
And they were up at half.
We get hit on the hook there. I don't know. I mean, thankfully NBA is back. I can't believe I'm saying this. Thankfully NBA is back. Maybe I can switch things up, change the mojo here, and just get hot and go on an absolute heater because that's what I need right now. And my first lock is something that I don't think this has a chance of missing. We're going Pacers Jazz over 242 on Wednesday. Now you may be asking yourself, why the fuck are we playing an NBA total for the Pacers and the Jazz? Well, let me tell you why. The Pacers this year are 4-3 on the early season. In their wins, they have scored 152, 121, 125, and 143. In the Jazz's 3 wins, they've scored 112, first game of the season, doesn't count, 120, and 133. Not to mention, in the Jazz losses, they gave up 130, 123, 115, 110, 126, and 130. So they're giving up a shit ton of points. In the Pacers' 3 losses, they've given up 125, 155, and 112. There's no way that this total does not go over 242. So lock that one in. And then we're also going with the Falcons -1.5. I got to look around. Will you give me -1 since you have -1?
Yeah, DraftKings has them at -1.
Okay. Because I'm taking the same exact thing as Jake for the same exact reason. I almost took the Cardinals because Kyler Murray is coming back, and I think that's probably going to be a big step up for them. And then I learned that Call of Duty comes out this week, and I just cannot bet on Kyler Murray on the week that Call of Duty comes out. So,
correct.
Long shots. Just as bad. 14-65. It's bad. Wait, if I'm counting that correctly, are we saying that I only had 6 wins in the first year of long shots?
No, when did you reset it? You randomly reset it.
I don't know. I think I might have reset it in January.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You reset it at our 52nd episode. You said, new year, new me. And yeah, I guess you only had 6 wins.
Wow. Well, it hasn't gotten much better. Anyways, still open. Packers to win the North. Hey, I mean, you never know. And then Bijan Rookie of the Year. I looked it up, by the way. C.J. Stroud is minus 500 right now to win the Rookie of the Year. So that looks
could have grabbed
rough.
him at minus 125 on Sunday. I thought about it.
Yeah. Last week, I had the Titans money line on Thursday. They could not do it. I also kind of saw that one coming. I don't know why I played the Titans money line. And then I played Kansas State money line against Texas. I swore I had Kansas State +4. I did not. Well, I had actual money on Kansas State +4 against Texas, but I didn't have it on my locks and long shots. They went to overtime with Texas in Texas and ended up losing by 3. It was I did watch a little bit of that game, the end of it. It was an awesome ending to the game. Except for there was something, I don't remember what happened. There was something, and I was like, why the fuck is Kansas State doing that? It was dumb. But we got a loss there regardless. This week, give me Colorado money line. They're at home, 10.5-point dogs to Arizona. I know I said something was going on in Arizona. There's something in the water. Nope, not the water. Something in the air in Arizona. I think they won again this week. Arizona did. And
UCLA.
I think that sets up perfectly for Colorado to beat them.
Killed the last leg of my 4-leg parlay for $80.
Ouch.
Scumbags. Stayed up late to watch that one.
Oh, I also talked about Arizona beating UCLA last week. Damn it. All right. Anyways, then we're going Patriots money line in Germany. You want to tell me that the Patriots are losing in Germany? The symbol of the U.S., the Patriots? No.
Okay.
I'm not sure I actually believe in this one, but you got to throw it out there for the narrative. Then let's get wild with it. Thursday night, no touchdown scorer, plus 5,500. This is the battle for the number 1 overall pick, with an injured Justin Fields coming back and a bad Bryce Young-led Panthers team. What if we just get a field goal fest? I mean, it's a possibility. So why not throw it out there?
The defenses are so bad. You got to feel like somebody's going to score. It's worth a sprinkle, and I definitely will be now that you brought it to my attention. This is the worst game that we've had all year, primetime, for sure.
Yes, 100%. And then the last one, I actually have money on this. I got a boost on DraftKings for this. Tennessee to win the SEC for college basketball. Plus 400, they're the favorite. And I don't think any team outside of Kentucky could really compete with them in the SEC. So that's what I got.
Over Kentucky?
Yeah, Tennessee returned a lot of guys, actually, this year. So
yeah, but it's Kentucky.
Kentucky wasn't that great last year.
I'm starting to love futures, man. I haven't hit one, but I'm starting to love it. I'd be looking at them all day. I got some hockey futures right now. They're a fucking blast.
They are fun.
All right, let's get cruising here. We took a while there. MLB, the World Series wrapped up. Everybody's seen it by now. The Rangers won it. I have a few points, and then I want your rebuttal because I've got a feeling you're going to disagree. So this was super, super boring. Outside of that first game with the walk-off, other than that, horrible. I wanted the Rangers to win, though, so I was happy there. We only hit one of our parlays in the 5 games. That was frustrating. The lowest viewed World Series ever. My opinion, get rid of those extra wildcard teams. The Diamondbacks shouldn't have been in there. They were a Cinderella team in quotes. They were a good team this year, but they didn't belong there. They weren't as good as the other teams. And then once that Cinderella team makes the World Series, like nobody wanted to see D-backs and Rangers. Like people that here's the sidebar to it where I will acknowledge where I'm kind of wrong. Most people want to see like Astros Dodgers. I don't want to see that either. I just didn't want to see the Diamondbacks. I wanted Phillies Rangers. That would have been a fucking awesome series. However, the Phillies bats went ice cold, so maybe it wouldn't have been. But I think with the star power the Phillies have, it would have been more entertaining than D-backs Rangers. What do you think?
So I get what you're saying. Obviously, I disagree with the extra wildcard teams. I am not against having that Cinderella team. The problem that made this one so boring was you look at the Diamondbacks roster and like their only star in quotes is like Corbin Carroll and Zach Gallen. Like they don't really have the big names that everybody wants to see. And like I thought it was cool that the D-backs were in it, and you can say that they didn't deserve it, but they also did beat all the teams that you thought deserved to be in it. So obviously, like they did deserve to be in it. Yeah, I mean, we all kind of knew that the Rangers were going to win this. They just had more star power, and even after losing Garcia, they were still the better team there. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what the MLB needs to fix it, because something has to change. I just don't know what it is right now.
In other MLB news, your manager, do you want to go off real quick?
I will just say, biggest scumbag move that a manager has ever made. For those of you that don't know, Craig Counsell, the former Brewers manager, signed a deal to become the highest paid manager with the Chicago Cubs yesterday. And I had a lot of thoughts on it. I'll keep it short just because it's not like a huge deal. For a guy that was, I believe he was born in Wisconsin. He grew up in Wisconsin, played for the Brewers, came back and managed and did everything that we could have asked for him. But he also came out and said, like, Brewers was in his bones, like he was a Brewer guy through and through. If you're a Brewer guy through and through, I don't think it matters how much money they offer you. You don't go to the Cubs. Like, that just doesn't happen. So,
right.
Felt like a big trader move. And Mark Antanasio, the cheap-ass owner that we have, did come out and say that Craig lost the team, he lost the community, and we're not really going to ever forgive him for that. So that was kind of badass to hear. But yeah, I mean, brutal news, especially like we all thought it was going to come down to the Mets or the Brewers, and then the Guardians got thrown in there. Not in our wildest dreams did we ever think he would go down south to the Cubs, and he did. So I don't know. I'm hurt. I guess we'll see where we go as far as finding a new manager. But from now on, Craig Counsell is dead to me. And I think he completely ruined his entire legacy in the state of Wisconsin and especially in Milwaukee.
Hey, Don Mattingly would be a good get.
No.
Basically a lateral move at that point.
No. I hope at this point, honestly, like, I think it would be really fucking funny if we went out and got Mark DeRosa and made him the highest paid manager.
That would be funny, but the Brewers won't. They're small market, remember?
Yeah.
Always small market.
Yep.
All right, college football. I'm going to lead here. Jump in whenever you want if you have any points to make. Not a whole lot this week. There was a lot of good games, but nothing really like holy shit. Michigan handled Purdue. You informed me that every year of the college football playoff, somebody in the top 4 loses. Michigan was the only night game, and the top 3 had won. So I'm not going to lie, when I saw that, I got a little nervous, and they kind of started slow. But they handled it, so that's done now. I'm going to skip Wisconsin for now. Georgia skated past Missouri. This was actually a fun game to watch, and it leads me to my point that Michigan's the most complete team in college football. Georgia has a very good defense. However, their offense is lackluster. They were at home and only beat Mizzou by 8 points. Now, granted, Mizzou is ranked 12th, and I don't really know how good they are, but
Mizzou's
Georgia,
pretty
you should
good.
be blowing these teams out. But and then you got Ohio State ranked number 1. They don't deserve to be 1. They looked like shit against Rutgers. Yeah, I mean, Michigan, the only thing is that we haven't played anybody. So I'm very excited for the Penn State game this weekend. But, yeah, I feel like in terms of, like, complete teams, defense and offense, it's Michigan. What do you think?
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. I do think Florida State is sneaky scary. Not even really that sneaky, but I do think that they could be scary.
I could see that. The only thing with Florida State is that they had a lot of those close wins early in the year against better teams.
Well, and they also play in the ACC, and I don't think the ACC's competition is quite like the Big Ten or the SEC. It's not even on the same level, so.
Nope. What else? The Pac-12, dude, they just don't play defense. Their games are a lot of fun to watch, and I had the over in Washington, USC on Saturday. A lot of fun there. That was the easiest over cash, maybe of my life.
So I didn't realize. I went through yesterday. It was like Sunday night and yesterday, and redid my college football betting sheet, and I did not realize that game's total was set at like 78.5, and it still cruised over. I did not realize that we had a game set that high.
I think people hammered the under because it was down to 76 when I took it, I believe. And still at halftime, I was like, well, this is cashing. And then they slowed down a little. I think at halftime, the live total was 100 points. So that ended up going under. It was 52-42. But they just don't play defense, man. Washington's a very good offense, but their defense is so bad that I think they would lose to – I might have even said this last week, but maybe with USC. They would lose to Michigan. They'd lose to Ohio State. They'd lose to Penn State. Georgia's crushing them. Florida State, that might be a game. But, like, I feel like Oregon's the best team in the Pac-12 just because of them having somewhat of a defense.
Yeah, I would agree.
It goes back to Washington beat Oregon, though, so I don't know.
But it was in
Washington.
Washington.
Okay. Yeah, I think the Pac-12 is just a little bit overrated, and I've been saying it all year, but they just don't have defense out there. They're the new Big 12. Big 12's playing a little bit of defense this year. For example, Bedlam.
Yeah.
I'm
pissed I missed that game.
That game I was not expecting to be so fun.
Well, I was. Every year this game is close, but I'm pissed I missed this game because every year I always take Oklahoma State in this game. It seems like Oklahoma State always puts up a battle, always fights, and I feel like the last couple of years they've come out on top. And then this year, you've got both teams are good, but Oklahoma the last 2 weeks has not looked good.
Right.
And
you're playing all over OK State.
I would have hammered the shit out of Oklahoma State.
And the thing is, too, it's the last Bedlam.
Yep.
So, glad I got to watch it. Have you seen anything about Oklahoma State's running back?
No.
Ollie Gordon?
No.
Dude, he is so fucking good. I don't know how he's not on the Heisman watch. His last 5 games, he's had over 130 rushing. And he is insane, dude. I saw, was it a tweet or a video? It was like his highlights. And I was like, I'm going to go take this dude's over on rushing yards. And it was set at like 108.5. I was like, what the fuck? But I still took it. He finished with it was a sweat though. He finished with 120.
Holy shit. Yeah, he's got 1,200 yards on the season, averaging 12 yards a carry and has 12 touchdowns.
I don't know how he's not even in the conversation for Heisman because like JJ shouldn't be favored. The Heisman's wide open right now in my opinion. If Michigan wins out, JJ would probably win it. But yeah, I mean, this dude. Are you looking at? I wanted to see what his odds were.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
I don't know how he's not in the conversation. I'm gonna beat you. Oh shit, JJ's not the favorite anymore. It's Penix.
No,
again.
Penix is, yeah.
He's plus 4,000.
Wow.
He's the first non-quarterback. Oh no, never mind. Marvin Harrison.
That's
I'm
the
surprised.
Thing. Like,
why has JJ dropped so much? He's looked fine. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
but yeah,
Penix looked
I'm
awesome.
trying not to sprinkle.
Bo Nix looked awesome.
Sorry, go ahead. Bo Nix, yeah, he's great.
I was just saying that both the top 3 guys looked awesome this weekend.
Yep.
So that's why.
It's just like Oklahoma State though. They're not gonna win the games needed to be in the Heisman convo either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you pretty much got to make the playoff.
Yes.
Well, USC didn't though.
Yeah, but everyone knew that. Like, Caleb Williams was just standout the best player in college football.
See, this year I don't see that, though. No. I don't see that in Penix. I don't see it in Nix. It's definitely not in JJ.
I don't know. I mean, I could see it with Nix. Nix has been phenomenal.
He lost to Washington, though.
Yeah, but he still played really fucking good.
Yeah, that's true. This could be an all-day conversation. Let's move on here. Yeah, Bedlam, awesome. Great game, back and forth. And then Oklahoma State clutched it up. Some good defense in that one, too. A lot of yards, but there was some defensive plays. Clemson beat Notre Dame. I already mentioned that. That game was a snoozer. Clemson had the lead and held it pretty much. Notre Dame cut it to like 9 at one point, which got me excited, but it was done. Texas, in my opinion, we talked about it earlier. Kansas State almost had them. They are not back, in my opinion, but they're still a fun team to watch. I love Texas's colors. I love their fight song. I love Matthew McConaughey on the sidelines, but they're not back. However,
I don't know if you can say that, though.
However, it's a backup quarterback, I just realized. So you can't say that yet. I take it back. I withdraw.
I was going to say, and Kansas State, like, Will Howard is a really good quarterback. Kansas State also has a really good defense. So
if Deuce was there, Kansas State wins that game.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. State's just, like, they're not a bad team.
Yeah, I agree. And, anytime you can beat, like, this late in the season, anytime you win with a backup quarterback, you're doing something right. Unless it's, one of those sneaky, like, we're playing UMass this weekend. But
yeah.
Wisconsin lost to Indiana. We mentioned it. I don't think there's a whole lot there. That game was boring, and I know you probably didn't watch it.
I did
not.
Anything
anything about it?
I
didn't watch it.
Well, Braylon Allen didn't play. I know that. The fact that we gave up 20 points to Indiana is a little bit concerning. I don't know. I don't think we had our top wide receiver either. Will Pauling.
I mean, at this point, the season's over. Make a bowl game and you're still going to watch as many games as you can. But
yeah, we didn't have DK, which is what it was. So we didn't have one of our top receivers, and then we didn't have Braylon Allen. And also...
What's his first name? Christian?
Who?
DK.
Chimera DK?
What am I thinking Christian then?
I don't know. The weird thing, too, I'm convinced that Luke Fickell doesn't like to have a workhorse running back because Jackson Aker, the guy that has been backing up Braylon Allen, he basically split carries even. It was 11-10 with the backup. So
that's wild.
I don't know what's going on there, but
so let's talk Michigan now real quick. The sign stealing scandal. I think now Michigan. So first of all, the NCAA came out and said that they have no evidence linking it to Harbaugh, but Michigan can still be punished because it was a guy on the team that was going to these games and recording, it's all illegal and it's in there. The thing is, though, is that this guy was a super fan and he worked his way into the team somehow. Like, if he did it on his own power, how do you punish Michigan for that? They can't stop him. But, side note, the other part of that is how does somebody making $40K a year afford 2 tickets to these games where tickets are going for like $1,500 a pop and you're going to all these games, all that travel on $40K a year? That's the piece where Michigan might be in trouble. But there's so many unknowns with, like, it could be a booster, it could have been the team, and it could have been Harbaugh. And Harbaugh is so crazy, I wouldn't put it past him to hire some like assassin spy type to wire the money to him without anybody seeing and blah, blah, blah. And but the big piece that came out last week was that Michigan is going to be presenting information that shows 3 teams in the Big Ten shared a spreadsheet with all of Michigan's signals and plays, and they were conspiring to try to beat Michigan last year. And the teams were Ohio State, Purdue, and then there's an unknown team. But I think it's Illinois because that game against Illinois last year, they almost beat us, and it just felt like we couldn't do anything right. And there was a big deal with – and Illinois' coach is a douche. What's his name?
Ryan.
You know who I'm talking about.
Illinois?
Illinois' coach. You hate him.
Oh, yeah. Brett Bielema.
Brett Bielema, yeah.
There
was a thing with him last year talking shit about Michigan. And so if these 3 teams were sharing a spreadsheet with Michigan's plays, like, you can't punish just Michigan. Like, that's fucked. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting. And it's just, I've probably said it 3 weeks in a row now. Wait and see. The Big Ten had a conference. There was a conference call with all the coaches, and all the coaches waited till Harbaugh was off the call to talk shit because they're a bunch of pussies. I'm not going to throw all the coaches in there. I bet you Luke Fickell didn't give a fuck.
Well, no, he's brand new.
Yep. From what I heard, it was Purdue's coach, which why the fuck are you speaking out, bro? You got smoked in the championship. There was no way we weren't beating you in that championship. Ohio State, Ryan Day, you're a fucking bitch. Go fuck yourself. James Franklin, I think he said some stuff, and you know what? I'm going to let him have that. He's a decent coach. He puts a good team out there. But if any other school other than Penn State, Ohio State, we're talking, shut the fuck up. Like, I can guarantee you Luke Fickell wasn't, because he's not nothing. He's brand new. Michigan State doesn't have a head coach because their head coach was too busy about choking his goat, so he wasn't there. I can't wait to see. I'm like, my mood swings with this. You know, last week I was a little bit depressed and scared. Now this week I'm like optimistic of like, man, we can drag some other teams down with us. This is crazy. And you know, fuck, next year it could be fucking Wisconsin's conference to lose. Did you ever think about that?
Oh yeah. I'm very much excited for next year. Dude, I think just with everything, I think everything's about to blow up in the Big Ten, and we brought in Fickell at just the right time to sit back, watch it all crash, and then just sail to
hit
the
up
top.
The recruits and say, "Come on over, boys. We're good.
Yeah.
We don't cheat."
Man, you guys see what we're building over here? You see all these transfers we brought in last year?
Just gonna have trouble getting running backs. Can't really show that you use them well over there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you see the handshake between Purdue's coach and Harbaugh?
I did not.
It was one of those fly-by handshakes, but don't say a word because Purdue's coach, you know, he hates them because we stole their signs or whatever.
Yeah.
Part of me is obviously freaking the fuck out. This is the best Michigan team I've ever watched in my life. And now, you know, we're in jeopardy. But the other part is, like, excited for the drama. I love drama, but I just hope Michigan doesn't get fucked. Like, Harbaugh's probably gone, but make it so our recruits can stay and we can go pick up some crazy coach. Give me Dion at Michigan. Why not? He'd look good. At
No
Amazing
chance.
Yellow. Amazing Blue. I just said Amazing
He's
Yellow.
not leaving.
Kick my ass.
He's not leaving Colorado.
But yeah, here's what the Big Ten has an opportunity for so much drama next year. You got the Michigan bullshit with cheating. You got Michigan, which also I want to point out, Michigan could be saying all this just to fuck with them, and there could be no evidence of anything. But you would think that the other coaches would have come out by now and been like, that's total bullshit. They know they're backed into a corner. Nobody said anything. So it's got to be partially true, right?
You know, if Harbaugh's gone, you know who Michigan should bring in?
Either Woodson or Howard.
I was going to say Urban Meyer.
No. That's what I was about to say, is that apparently Urban Meyer's going to fucking MSU. That's the other Big Ten drama. Urban Meyer, MSU.
That fits the script like a book.
That's what I'm saying. The Big Ten has an opportunity to be the most drama-filled conference next year with some good teams. You got Washington and Oregon coming in. Fucking, oh my God, dude. It could be insane. And USC and UCLA.
I was more just talking about how the, Urban Meyer history and, the Michigan State coaching kind of.
Yep. Yeah. This is like, it's never been confirmed by somebody serious, but I see a lot of MSU accounts on my Twitter, and they're tracking flights from Sarasota, where Urban is, at the private airport where his jet stays, and there was a bunch to Lansing Airport. So I don't know. It'd be interesting. I'd love the opportunity to beat Urban Meyer once. We never beat him. Never. I want that back. I want to get that. I fucking hate that dude. All right, let's get going. That's your Michigan spy scandal talk for the week. I'm sure next week there will be more information, and I can't wait. But for now, Harbaugh's not getting punished. So, NFL Paige's picks. I want to start here. Super Bowl logo conspiracy. What?
Yes. So I'm not sure. I sent you a TikTok about it, but I'm not sure if you've heard of this. I think the Super Bowl for this year is already decided. So I saw this TikTok. I went back, fact checked it. It all adds up. So this year's Super Bowl logo is purple and red. So I think it's going to be the Ravens and the Niners. if we go back and look, last year's logo was green and red. And it was the Chiefs and the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
The year before, it was orange and blue. And it was the Rams and the Bengals.
Ooh.
The year before was Super Bowl LV. I don't believe that one had color. I think it was just silver. Oh, no. Yeah, Super Bowl LV was just silver. So I went back and fact-checked like all the way back to when the Packers won the Super Bowl. For every Super Bowl logo that had a color, it was at least one, if not both of the teams in the Super Bowl.
Wow.
And this year, all of a sudden we get purple and red. And like thinking about it, in Nevada, what would, like, they're playing in Vegas. What about purple and red makes you think Las Vegas?
Nothing.
So it's got to be the teams.
I'm betting an exact result. What do you think?
I honestly thought
Ravens
about it.
over the 49ers? Or just both? Ravens over the 49ers
I mean,
and
honestly
49ers
both.
over the Ravens?
And then, like, let's see. Out of the NFC teams, we don't have a purple team. The only red teams would be Commanders. Not going to happen. The Falcons, probably not going to happen. Bucks, probably not going to happen.
Definitely not.
Cardinals, no. So the Niners are the only other red team.
All right, so
that means
Niners
the purple
over
team,
the Ravens is plus 4,000. I'm placing that right now. And then Ravens over the Niners is plus 4,000 as well.
So I do want to give props to Paige because she's the one that found this.
Oh, all right.
She saw the
all
TikTok,
right.
and I was like, that's quite interesting. So that's when I fact-checked it. And sure
Nice.
shit.
I hope that shit happens. That's amazing.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, and because I just put 5 on each, and it pays out 205 if either of them hit. So
That's what I'm doing right now.
let's get it. Let's do Paige's picks here. I wanted to make sure. Yeah. Okay. Panthers Bears. The Bears lost to the Saints in a game where they actually competed, which was kind of crazy. Badgett had 90 or 80 yards rushing. Pretty good on him, but the Saints ended up winning. Pretty boring game. Didn't watch a lick of it. The Panthers looked like shit, right?
Yes.
They got smoked.
Yep.
Who'd they play?
The
The Bucks?
It's a great question. Panthers.
Who the hell did the
played
Panthers
The
play?
Colts.
Don't tell. Oh, the Colts. And they won that
27 to
game
13.
big. Yeah. Nothing to say there. Bryce Young. I mean, the Panthers got to be kicking themselves that they didn't take Stroud, right, at this point? Because Bryce Young looks like shit.
That they didn't take? No, I don't think it's necessarily all Bryce Young's fault. He doesn't have any receivers, and his O-line sucks. And he doesn't have a running back.
No. Neither does Stroud. If you put
No,
Tank
not
Dell,
true.
no, stop. If you put Tank Dell on any other team, he's a wide receiver 4. C.J. Stroud
No.
made Tank Dell. He does have
No.
Nico Collins too. He's all right.
And Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz is a very good tight end. Yep, I agree. Did you see that the 4 receiving leaders of Sunday all played for the Cowboys at one time?
Really?
I believe it was Noah Brown,
Yep.
Dalton
CD.
Schultz, Amari Cooper, and
yeah.
then CD. Yeah. CD.
Damn. That's
Isn't that nuts?
wild.
There was a lot of, imagine if these guys were all on the same team, and then it was like, oh, wait.
Oh, wait, they were.
Yep. All right, Panthers, Bears. What does Paige got?
Paige says, aren't they both sucky? Panthers. I'm going to take the Bears. Yeah, it's gross.
Taking the Bears as well. Fields is back. They have a little bit more of a defense than the Panthers have, but this game is going to be nasty, and I might love it. I think I'm going to take the under.
This game is actually a win-win for the Bears because if they win, they win.
Yep.
And if they lose, then they're probably back to securing the 1 and 2.
Should they be rooting for a tie? No, right?
No.
Because a loss
No.
would give them a higher pick than
Yes.
the tie would. Yeah, because the tie could bite them. It's basically
Anything
like
they almost
having a
wanna
half
lose.
on a spread. Yep. Colts Patriots in Germany. We just said the Colts beat the Panthers. The Patriots lost to the Commanders by 3. Didn't see a whole lot of that game on Red Zone, and I think for good reason. That one was poopy. You have anything about that? Stevenson had a long rushing touchdown.
It wouldn't have been on Red Zone because it was at 8:30 a.m.
Not Patriots Commanders.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was looking ahead. No, I don't have anything. I feel like I saw a couple things about this, but I don't really remember what they were. Jahan Dotson back? Question mark.
Yeah, he had a good game.
Yeah. Patriots are bad. Did you see the video of what's the Robert Kraft and Jonathan Kraft? I think that's his name in the booth. And
rubbing up on each other.
No, I don't remember what exactly was said beforehand, but I think it's Jonathan Kraft, the other guy that was in the box. He was just like, yeah, we're just not good enough. And people are starting to speculate what they're talking about and what that means. And if Bill's going to be there next year.
I wouldn't be shocked if Bill left. He might retire. He did get some contract extension, though, in secrecy, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Paige's pick.
Paige says, I don't know anything about either of those two. I think I'm going to go with the Patriots. Wait, they're both bad. Not the Patriots. Give me the lightning bolt horseshoe. So she's taking the Colts. Question.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Patriots as my long shot.
Mm-hmm.
But I said I don't really believe in it.
You can take the Colts.
Okay, I'm taking the Colts.
I'm not going to make you match. There you go. Then you can't lose. You either get that game right or you get your long shot right. Which one would you rather have?
I think at this point I'd probably rather have my long shot.
I was going to say, you got a 2-game lead. You're sitting pretty.
Yeah.
I'm on the Colts as well. The Patriots are a dumpster fire, and Gardner Minshew can ball. Imagine if they had Richardson, how much fun that team would be.
Ugh.
Texans, Bengals. Oh, my mom's calling me. Dude, so funny story. She called me last week when we were recording, and I texted her, like, oh, I'll call you back. I never called her back. So then the next day, she texts her brother who works with me. And then he goes, hey, you forgot to call your mom yesterday, huh? And I was like, oh, fuck. So, I don't know, sidebar there, I guess. I just have to remember to call her after this. Texans, Bengals. We talked about the Texans. They looked fucking awesome. Beat the Bucks. 5 touchdowns, almost 500 yards for Stroud. And the Bengals looked good on Sunday night. Go ahead. I got to text my mom real quick.
Paige says the Texans. They're both very similar. Only one team has more win. If you could not tell, she checked the standings again this week. I'm on the Bengals. I think the Bengals blow out the Texans, actually.
You think
Bengals
so?
defense
Blowout.
yes. I think the Bengals defense is better than what a lot of people think. And the Texans are good, but I don't think they're good enough to hang around with the Bengals, who are potentially a top 3 team in the league right now.
Here's my thing. Do you think the Buccaneers defense is good?
No.
Okay. I wish I had the stats.
Yep.
I'm not going to go looking for them. The Bucs defense is good, and the Texans just tore them apart last week. So I think this is going to be a fun game, and it's going to be closer than people think, but the Bengals win.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over for it, 100%.
Over, absolutely. Honestly, shouldn't touch a spread, but I needed a long shot, and I want to ride with the Texans one time because I've been doubting them all year, and now they're fun.
The spreadsheet actually has this being a close game with the Texans winning, but the spreadsheet doesn't really like the Bengals because they were so ass at the beginning of the year. So
yeah. Saints and Vikings. The Saints, we talked about them. They beat the Bears. Pretty boring game. Just nothing crazy. The Vikings, though. Got to talk about this real quick. Josh fucking Dobbs, the alopecia king, comes in, doesn't even know half his teammates' names, knows none of the plays. His teammates have to tell him the reads before the play, and he ends up pulling out the W against the Falcons. What'd you think of him on Sunday?
If I watched it, I would say he looked really great, but I did not.
He didn't actually look great. He didn't actually look great.
Oh,
it was just
okay.
really impressive because he didn't know any of the plays, and it's like, wow,
I
you're
will
doing
say
this without knowing the playbook.
the one thing I knew about this game outside of Josh Dobbs like coming in mid-game was Cam Akers absolutely lit up a guy so that Josh Dobbs could get a first down on a run. And then a few plays later, Cam Akers tore his Achilles again.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
rip Cam Akers.
That's your boy, man.
Yeah,
You trust
fantasy.
him so much, and he fell
I honestly,
off.
he didn't fall off. He got put in a fucking doghouse. Is bullshit. I honestly, for like the last 3 weeks of fantasy football, have been debating if I wanted to make a waiver claim on him. So I'm kind of glad that, not rooting for injuries, but I'm kind of glad I don't have to put in a waiver claim for him.
What else was I gonna say about this game? Fuck shit. I'm not afraid of Josh Dobbs. He is the Falcons. The Falcons aren't good, so Lions are still winning the division. I did cash out.
What
by
are
the way.
you talking about?
Huh?
What are you talking about? You just brought up the Falcons in this game. You're saying
Vikings
just
played the
'cause-
Falcons.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't understand where you were going with that. I was like, what are you saying? Okay. Yeah, no, we're good.
You know, your little brain sometimes can't keep up with how fast I talk.
It was a
I
long
get it.
weekend. I didn't watch
it.
football, okay? I don't know who played who.
That's fair. I did, so I placed a bet for the Lions to miss the playoffs. They were like plus 1,800.
I saw that.
And then on like Saturday, I changed my mind and I cashed out for $2 less than I placed. So
Oh, God.
now if they miss the playoffs, I'm going to be double pissed because I took my money off of it because I was so confident. So I might put it back on. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking placing the bet. I don't know what I was thinking cashing it out. And I'm all over the place. Anyways, Paige's pick for this game. Saints and Vikings.
Paige says, Saints are like that weird flower-looking thing, right? Them. So she's taking the Saints. I'm actually going to take the Vikings here. There's a chance that...
That's a bad pick.
It's not. There's a chance Justin Jefferson's back this week. I'm not sure if you knew that.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
And I don't give a shit who the quarterback is. Justin Jefferson's going to get his yards. This defense has looked good. TJ Hawkinson's still there. But no. I think it'll be a low-scoring game, but I think the Vikings come out on top.
Give me the Saints here. They're winning this game. It's not even a question. Packers-Steelers. The Steelers won on Thursday night. Pretty boring game there as well. Deontay Johnson scored his first touchdown in like 70 years. And Pickens, though, diva wide receiver. Did you see the clip?
The one where they were on the sideline?
No, different one. This one was when Deontay Johnson scored, and the whole team runs up to celebrate, and then Pickens walked away while the whole team is gathering around Deontay because their teammate just scored for the first time forever. And Pickens walks to the sideline with his head down because he didn't get the touchdown. He's a fucking diva, and I hate him.
I don't hate him. I mean, I like him. I wish he was better. But
2 catches for negative 3 yards. Oof. You know who had more receiving yards?
He also could have had
on Thursday night. You, me, the grass in my yard, the leaves in my yard, my dead grandmother. Actually, both my grandmothers are alive. That was fucked up. I meant to say great grandmother. My deceased great grandmother. Fuck my next door neighbor. Goddamn. Shit. Justin Jefferson did too. It's crazy. Scott Hansen did.
Yep.
Your dad did. My dad did. My dad's going to have surgery next week, and he had more yards than Pickens. Sorry, I just had to get that out.
Well, and Pickens could have had a touchdown, too, if he knew how to
get 2 feet in bounds.
Walk.
That was crazy.
He had half the end zone. It was pretty much the same thing. There was just, I don't know if I think it was just a picture. And everyone's like around Deontay Johnson celebrating, and Pickens like sitting next to him with his head down, helmet in between his legs. Head. Yeah.
And then your Packers. Hey, we didn't even talk about them. They got to win. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, actually, I feel really good about this one.
Really?
Yeah, because why? We got to win, and the team looks good.
They look good?
Yeah, Jordan Love played his most accurate game of the year. He only had 6 incompletions. Aaron Jones had 20 touches.
Okay.
And A.J. Dillon only had 9.
Okay.
Which is great.
Yeah, I do like that too.
The fumbles were a little bit
That's
sloppy.
what I was going to ask. Was
But it was
the
raining.
turnovers and the fact that a backup quarterback, backup quarterback didn't do anything. But I was just like, how can you be so high when you played a backup quarterback? But the offense was humming a little bit. I'll give you that.
It was just the fact that, like, I think that finally having Aaron Jones, like, fully back and in his full self, fully healthy, was just a huge thing for this team, because I don't think a lot of teams are really afraid of when we put A.J. Dillon in to run, because they know he can't do much, and Aaron Jones can.
Yep.
So it kind of just opens up the playbook. And like I said, Jordan Love, 20 for 26. Like, I will take that every day of the fucking week. I thought he looked better. He didn't have any of those dumbass rushes this week, which was nice. Turnovers bad. Christian Watson didn't look great again. Outside of that, I'm not disappointed in anything about this game. So,
fair enough. Paige's pick.
Paige says, I feel how I really hate the Steelers, but the Packers have not done well. I really hate the Steelers, though, so we'll go with the Packers. So she's on the Packers. I have to take the Packers.
Give me the Steelers with a Pickens touchdown.
Gross.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely place that bet. Steelers and Pickens touchdown, same game parlay. Yep.
I would like to
Steelers.
to say that our defense looked good this week, but I cannot judge that based on quite possibly the worst backup quarterback in the league.
I was going to say, worst backup in the league.
With backup running backs.
And Puka was banged up.
I will say, I had this game on while I was driving, just like kind of listening to it. The penalties in this game, ridiculous. I am getting very frustrated with I don't know if they're calling it offsides on the offensive line or what exactly they're calling it, when like the helmet is too close to the line of scrimmage for another offensive lineman. Dude, that shit is getting so annoying. And they're getting so ticky-tacky with it that half of the time it's not even right. And it's costing teams fucking points. It cost the Packers at least a touchdown this week. I know that.
Didn't cost the Lions any points.
Well, that's because they didn't play.
I know. All right. Titans-Bucks. We talked about the Titans. Will Levis didn't look great, but he did cash the ladder for me, so I appreciate that.
Told you so.
Huh?
Huh?
What did you say?
I said I told you so.
About Levis cashing the ladder?
No, about Levis not looking great this game.
I mean, he didn't. I don't know if you can even say he didn't look great, though.
He didn't look fantastic.
I can't remember.
He didn't look bad.
Right, but he didn't look bad enough for you to brag about being right, because you weren't right.
No, I know.
Neither of us were right. I said he was going to have a great game. You said he was going to have a terrible game. It was in the middle.
Yeah.
He threw for like 250.
It was an average game.
80 of them came with like 2 minutes left. So, Bucks. We talked about Bucks lost. Fun game though. Bucks and Panthers, or not Panthers. Bucks and Texans. That was a fun game. I have nothing else to say about these two teams. I'm ready for the picks.
Paige says Titans. They should stop being terrible though.
I agree.
I'm going to take the Bucks, and I'm doing this against my own, whatever you want to say. I have an open future on the Titans over 7.5 wins.
Ooh.
So I'm a little bit worried there. It's not for much, but I just...
A win's a win.
I don't know. This game feels like a toss-up, and I think I trust the Bucks more right now than I do the Titans.
This game is very much a toss-up. Baker is back to bad Baker, though. And I'm giving Levis one more shot. I'm giving Levis one more shot. I think Henry and Hopkins and Levis can get the job done. Give me the Titans.
I hate that you're so high on Hopkins. It's kind of gross.
I'm not necessarily high on him. I was last week for the
touchdown,
you are. But after that, I'm pissed about it. But I forgot. I was trying to I don't want to talk about this on there. I'll tell you after. Trying to trade a certain person we were just talking about in a certain league to a certain person that I'll name after we're done recording. Did we say our picks already? Yeah, Titans. All right. 49ers, Jags. 49ers were on a bye last week, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Jags were on a bye as well last week. Jags were on a bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, excited to bench.
Yes.
I didn't have to worry about playing Christian Kirk. Easy one then. Picks.
Paige says Jaguars. I like them. I don't know why I don't pick them more often.
You got a winning record. Winning the AFC South right now.
I think I'm going to go with the Niners. Debo's back. Super Bowl conspiracy has to live on.
Yeah, I'm taking the Niners every week from now on now. I got a future on them now.
That's true.
And you're going to be taking the Ravens every week because of your FanDuel future. So this could be
No,
a good situation
I
this
don't
year.
think I've bet on the Ravens all year, actually.
Oh.
Because
Well,
I know I
but
get
you know what I'm
$5
saying,
free if they win anyways.
What?
Yeah, so when I
Yeah,
place
it's 5
my future,
per win, but if they win the Super Bowl, didn't you have 50 on it?
yeah.
Yeah, so if they win the Super
why
Bowl,
would-
you're going to be fucking jazzed.
Well, yeah, but why would I bet on the Ravens every week?
No, I know. No. I just meant
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to be rooting for the 49ers every week unless they play the Lions to get to the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's
fair.
what I was going with. Did we already do our picks there? I said 49ers. You said 49ers?
Yep.
All right, bet. Browns-Ravens, 2 blowouts here. The Ravens was against a better team. The Ravens looked very, very good. I would say they are in the top 2 teams in the NFL, and they might be number 1.
And I think they could still get better.
Yeah, it's crazy. Lamar's looking good. That defense is outrageously good. They held the Seahawks to 3 points. They held the Lions to, I want to say it was 7 garbage time points. Yeah, those are 2 offenses that look good. And then the Browns, they took care of business against the Cardinals. Not much to say there. Shut them out. Cool name for the Cardinals backup QB, by the way. Clayton Tune. I like that name. I bet him first touchdown scorer. He wasn't even fucking close. But, yeah, the Ravens, man, they are a good fucking team. What are they, 7-1? 7-2?
7-2, I believe.
It's like, how did they lose to the fucking – what'd they lose? They almost lost to the Titans in London, and they lost to the Steelers early in the year, and the Browns, right?
No, they lost to the Colts and the Steelers.
That's right. How do you lose to the Colts at home? And you beat
It was
the
in
Bengals.
overtime.
You embarrass the Browns. Oops. Lose to the Steelers, and then you get a win against the Titans. You embarrass the Lions. You almost choke it against the Cardinals, and then you embarrass the Seahawks again. They're weird. They're like in every other team.
Mm-hmm.
Picks here, though.
Paige says Ravens. I am going Ravens as well.
Yep, me too. Can't trust the Browns until Deshaun shows me something that isn't shit. I think he had
he'll
decent
show you
week this week,
shit.
though. Yeah, I know he will, unconsensually. Falcons we talked about. Cardinals we talked. Not a whole lot to say about the Cardinals. I'm ready for picks here if you are.
Yeah, Paige says, I know the Cardinals are terrible, so Falcons. Austin said they are the worst in the league.
Yes.
And I would still stick to that. I'm taking the Falcons. I have to say, though, I am still scared of this. Like, Arthur
this
Smith
game is
hates
big
his
time.
fucking team.
Yeah. This game is big time trap because Arthur Smith doesn't like to use his stars. Everybody knows or thinks, like myself, wow, the Cardinals are ass. How's this only 1? But then people don't pay attention, like myself, and Kyler Murray's coming back. However, Call of Duty's out, so it's a double, triple trap.
Yeah.
Never.
I'm not going to... I don't know if I'm going to actually touch this game.
I think this is the place my first touchdown bet, and that's it. I'm not touching this motherfucker, but I'm taking the Falcons.
Question quick. Do you think
Yeah.
that eventually Arthur Smith is going to get to a point where he's coaching for his job and he's just only going to use Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan Robinson?
No. Do you know who his dad is?
No.
His dad is the founder of FedEx. He's worth like $5.8 billion.
Oh.
So Arthur Smith
Wonder if he lives in
doesn't need
Memphis.
this job. Doesn't need this fucking job. So therefore, he's going to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Well, he does look like a classic UPS mailman guy, because
Right?
until he got rid of the mustache.
I saw a TikTok. It was like, use Bijan, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts, or shave your mustache, and then it was him with the same shaved mustache.
I saw that. Yep.
Yeah, I think Arthur Smith is one of those dudes that's just so stubborn. He's gonna keep not using him, pissing off everybody. Because like, Bijan's fun, Drake London's fun, Kyle Pitts showed he can do something, and then you're like, yeah, we're not fucking targeting him. Where's Olamide Zacchaeus or whatever the fuck? I know he's not there
literally
anymore, but that was his go-to before. Lions Chargers. I can't wait to hear what you have to say here. Lions were on a bye. I heard they looked very good in their practices. Dan Campbell was fucking eating kneecaps and shooting shots of espresso in his butthole. And then the Chargers handled business against the Jets. Pretty poopy game there. Go ahead with Paige's, and then I can't wait to hear yours.
Paige says the Lions.
Yep, she does.
I'm going to take the Chargers.
Oh, when are you going to learn, bro?
What do you mean? This is like the first time I picked against the Lions.
You have 4 or 5 losses because you haven't chose the Lions. You took the Packers against them. That lost.
No.
I know you took the Vikings. We haven't played the Vikings. What the fuck am I talking about? You took the Packers. You wouldn't have taken... You took the Seahawks. You were right there. You took the Seahawks.
Yeah, it was.
You took the Ravens. So never mind.
So it sounds like every time that I pick them, yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. This game.
Okay.
This game me. Go ahead.
You just did my whole explanation for me. So that's all I really have. When I pick them, I'm right, or when I pick against them, I'm right.
That's fair.
I just have a gut feeling.
I'm so excited for this game because we need redemption against a team that's decent. I know the Chargers are only 4-4, but they have some dudes. Their defense looked amazing last night. I don't know if it was Zach Wilson making them look amazing or what, but very excited for this game. It's at the perfect time, too. I can rake my leaves in the morning / in the 1 o'clock games and then come in by 4 and watch the game. I'm obviously picking the Lions, by the way. This is just where I squeeze in my Lions talk. But, yeah, we need a bounce-back win against a good team after that Ravens blowout. And this would be a good one here if we can handle this one. I don't like the spread. I don't like the spread. -2.5, I don't know about that one. I'm not touching it. I'm not betting on the Lions anymore this year unless I put a bet on them to miss the playoffs just in case. But
it's 2.5 now?
I saw 2.5 when I was on DraftKings earlier, yep.
Okay. I will say the one thing that sets up poorly for my Chargers pick here is the Chargers have lost to, won to, lost to, won to.
Oh.
So
they're due. For me, though, I'm going to put this out there right now. No, I'm not. You know what? Because that's a bitch move to say what I was about to say. And I'm not a bitch. I will be watching for the industry plant lady out there in L.A. I'm curious to see if this will be another one of those Lions road takeover games. Didn't do it against the Ravens, but L.A., a little bit more nice destination, warm weather. I love the Lions Stadium takeover. It's my favorite thing this year. I hope we get one this weekend. Giants, Cowboys. Giants looked like shit. Danny Dimes out for the year. Tore his ACL. Kind of sad. Danny Dimes is fun because he's like bad, but he got paid a lot, but he can be good. And then the Cowboys-Eagles last week was a fun game. Some of the flags there were annoying, and then some of the Cowboys' decision-making at the end was just but
yeah, agreed.
I think this game is an easy pick.
Yeah, Paige says, Cowboys. I hate the Giants. They don't even have their own stadium, and it's not even in New York. Confusion. So she's on the Cowboys. I'm also on the Cowboys.
Me too. They're going to win this game by... You know what? I think they're going to win by 14. No, they're not. They cover the 16.5, dude. How do they not win this game 35-7?
Yeah, against Tommy DeVito.
Like that's not even that's not even a trap line because I think that's a fucking hammer nuke, bro. That's not even it's not even possible for the Giants to cover that. Their defense looked like butt. And it's in Dallas?
Sheet. Yeah.
That's a fucking nuke.
Spreadsheet has Giants, Dallas Cowboys.
I might throw them more.
Has 24-6 on the old coefficients, which is my old formula, my new formula, which I'm still working with, has a 29-22.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about what the spreadsheet says. This is based on Jake's brain.
No, I know.
CeeDee Lamb has been unstoppable. You got Pollard.
Yeah, for like the last 3 weeks.
But do I really want to trust
Mike
McCarthy? I will be putting a unit on the Cowboys, but I was seriously thinking about going ballistic on this game.
I don't think we need to have this talk right now, but I think we need to potentially have a talk and roll back our take of Tony Pollard proving that he's an RB1, by the way.
I don't think that he's not. The Cowboys don't use him. They are such a pass-heavy team. He's good. We'll see, though. We can talk about that another time. I'm just trying to get through this because I kind of got to poop again. I'm not going to lie.
Jesus.
Okay, we got 3 more, though. Good. I was wondering, when is this going to end? Holy fuck. Commanders, Seahawks, we talked about it. Commanders beat the Patriots. Seahawks got absolutely bent over and banged. Paige's pick.
Yep. Paige says, Seahawks. I don't like the Commanders. Not a fan of the franchise. I'm also going to take the Seahawks, but I want to hear your explanation here.
I knew you guys would both be taking the Seahawks, and I thought, your picks weren't in there yet, but I was like, just in case me and Austin are picking some of the same, I was going to take the Commanders. Their offense looked good, and the Seahawks looked bad last week. This is the basic, don't think about it, just be about it. Give me the Commanders. This is one where I'm okay with missing.
We are just different on 5 already.
No, I know, but you didn't have your picks in there, which fucked me, because normally I'm able to be like, okay, I'm going to change this one because I'm agreeing too much.
I like to let you make your move first every once in a while.
That's fine. We'll see how it goes this week. I've been doing a round robin of my picks, and I've been close. 2 weeks ago, I needed one more win, and I would have cashed. Last week wasn't good, but it's been fun. Maybe you should try. You've had some good weeks. I think I do round robins by, depending on how many
10.
games there are. I think I did 11 when there was 14 games. I think that's what I did. So then you can miss 3. But then if you get more, obviously it's better. Go 14-0. You're fucking cooling. Jets and Raiders. Yeah. Jets Monday night looked horrible. Raiders handled the Giants really well. Aiden O'Connell looked fine. However, Devontae Adams, man, why do they not use this guy? I don't watch Raiders games. I don't know if you caught any of it. Does he just get tripled every play, or are they just really not using this guy who is a good wide receiver?
I don't really know. Josh Jacobs, they used the shit out of him last week. He had 26 carries. Not sure if you saw that. I don't know. Free Devontae. Let him, there's probably a team out there somewhere in the upper Midwest that, has a good connection with this guy and probably would love to have him back. And he's looking for a trade, a team that might need a veteran like that. I don't know. Maybe you should look at a team like the Packers.
I saw who was the team that reached out to try to trade for him at the deadline? Was it the Jets?
Yeah, the Jets and somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel bad for him because you chose that. You took yourself out of a good situation to go play with your boy, and you knew it was a business. Your boy's gone. It's your hometown team, and now you're your ass. And I get you're frustrated, but you put yourself in that. You were in a good situation in Green Bay. You were loved. You had Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and then you chose to leave. So I can't feel bad for him. I just feel bad for me because I have him in fantasy.
Yes.
Picks.
Paige says, Raiders. Is what's his fuck coming back to play? Aaron heard he can walk again.
He's gonna be back soon.
Yeah. Speaking of that, real quick, if he comes back and plays this year, 100% the conspiracy is confirmed that he didn't actually tear his Achilles. They were just doing it to fuck the Packers out of a pick. Just putting that out there.
No, if he comes back, it is confirmed that his witch doctor or whoever the fuck healed him is working and it needs to be investigated.
That too. I'm going to take the... God, this is gross.
A lot of gross games. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the Jets. I trust the defense more.
That's the exact reason I'm taking the Jets. The Jets defense is so fucking good, and I just feel bad for them. They held the Chargers to, it would have been 20 minus that fumble, and their offense was not moving the ball. They were just going back to the field, and they only give up 20 to the Chargers' high-powered offense. So give me the Jets here. I think the Raiders are due for a loss. Actually, they just lost 2 weeks ago. That's what I'm talking about. Give me the Jets. Doesn't matter. Broncos, Bills. Broncos were on a bye. I have a question for you. Are the Bills bad? Are the Bills average?
Yes.
Yes, that is the correct answer. The Bills are an average team, which sucks to say. But
They don't
their
have a run game.
Their defense isn't back. They don't trust James Cook. The play calling's bad out there. And I hate to say this, but Josh Allen is falling off. He makes some bad decisions. He makes some bad decisions. We haven't seen any of those crazy plays. I did hit him anytime touchdown on Sunday night. That was pretty cool. What was my other point? Their offensive line is ass, though, in his defense. Their line is not good. And it's honestly becoming a theme in the NFL. Lines are not good around the league. Look at the teams that are very good, like the Ravens, the Eagles, the Chiefs, all have very good offensive line. The Lions, the 49ers, they all have great offensive lines. Guess what? The Bills, bad offensive line, mid. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I want them to be good. I love Josh Allen. I love Diggs. Like, I want them to be good, but I don't know. Paige's pick. Or did you have anything? Sorry.
I don't. Paige just says, I don't know anything about the Broncos, so let's go with the Bufflers.
Bufflers?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go with the Bills, too. I can't not.
Did you happen to just peek at our group chat? Something funny just really happened.
Yeah.
Friend Javi, he's big into basketball now. He hit us a nice parlay last night that I tailed. He's like, oh, are we taking FAU? And then he sends a parlay with Wednesday games. It's currently Tuesday. He says, shit, that's tomorrow. How do you place a parlay for Wednesday and not realize it?
Yeah.
You were just scrolling through the games and 15 wasn't enough for you, apparently.
Yep.
Sorry, getting off track here. I got the Bills. Do you want to read these or you want me to, the quotes?
Well, I mean, this Paige's quote was basically what I said earlier. She said, the Super Bowl has already been decided based on the color of the logo. It's going to be the Ravens and 49ers because it's purple and red. I just said that Ravens Super Bowl is looking real good right now.
I said the Lions need to win a playoff game this year for my mental health.
That's fair.
I have a question. Does Paige listen to these?
Like the picks part?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think every once in a while.
Okay, well, don't tell her. Let's see if she picks this up. It's not bad. I want to see how many teams she can add as a Super Bowl pick throughout the rest of the year. Because right now she's at Dolphins and Ravens and Niners.
Well, yeah.
So
I know. I already thought about that.
Let's see how many we can get to. I'm going to add it to
She's just putting out multiple futures,
Ravens,
so she's got a chance, you know?
Ravens, 49ers.
It's no different than what we do.
The reason I asked if she listens because if she hears this, she's obviously going to stop. But no, the Ravens 49ers thing is awesome. I love that type of shit where it's like, ooh, conspiracy. I just hope it pays off one time. Normally when I do it, it doesn't pay off.
Yeah.
I have something for the Do Not Bet list that I didn't tell you about. You were at a wedding on Saturday. I didn't really want to bug you, but if you were at home, this would have been a call you and bitch moment. So I had a parlay. It was an all day. I really am getting sick of NBA parlays. I've been so close to 100 times. So Saturday, I was like, I'm going to mix in football. And what was the other sport I mixed in there? Hockey. No, it was just college football and then basketball. So it was the 76ers game at 1 or whatever. It was a 2-leg parlay. It hit. I don't remember the legs. It hit. So then we moved to Houston. Over 1.5 passing touchdowns for their quarterback. That was a sweat. He didn't get it till 2 minutes left in the fourth, and they ended up going to overtime. He ended up throwing just 2, but it hit. And then the other one was Allie Gordon rushing yards. That was a little bit of a sweat. So then it got to Trey Young under points and Jalen Green over points. So I'm like, great. I feel good about this. I'm letting it ride. I think I had 5 on it or something silly, but it paid out like $150. Trey Young, big time sweat. He had 8 points in the first half, and then he comes out at the second half. First 5 minutes, he has 8 points extra. He's at 16, and I have under 24.5. I'm like, fuck. So now I'm thinking, like, I got to hedge this somehow, but I was like, it's only $5. I'll let go. Trey Young finished with 22 somehow. They were getting blown out, so they took him out. Finished at 22, missed the 3, too, right before they took him out. Jalen Green, over 22.5 points. Hit it in 3 of his 4 games, but the 4th game was this one. He finished with 8 fucking points. Jalen Green, over points, no longer on my bet list. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's tough.
It was an all-day sweat, too. Like, there was a 1 o'clock, there was a 3:30, then there was a 5, then there was an 8. It was like an all-day thing where I was checking, I was excited, and fuck you, Jalen Green. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anything for you? I know you didn't do much betting this weekend.
Prize picks, just because I can't legally do it. And then, honestly, if I had live underdog plays, I tried to do a couple live plays this week, and I just got railed with them.
Okay. Roulette, then. We are up 30 now. This week we changed some numbers. I got casino credits for something. I guess I could have used those, but I'm not going to. All right, sorry. We replaced numbers 12 and 36 with 13 and 19 this week. Just trying something new. We did hit last week, but we obviously left the hot ones, 9, 0, 2, all those good boys. All righty. So it just landed on 34. So read them out to me, Frankie. 0, 2, 3, 9, 13,
19,
19,
22,
23,
24, and 30.
30. And then I wanted to take 12 and 36 myself, just in case.
Yes.
If that hits, by the way, I'm going to give you a cut of that.
That's fine.
But if I do it in the future and don't tell you, I'm not going to tell you. All right. Our lightning numbers. All right, we got 30 and 9. Nice. Good shot here. 100x on 30, 9 or 50x on 9.
Nice.
Come on, baby. Wow, this is a long one. It's still rolling.
Jesus.
Oh, 34. Back to back. 34 hit the roll before ours. Damn. It was right by 30. It kind of like hit in 30s and launched away. That would have been nice. A little 100x
Maybe
action.
we should have like an alternate number that we can replace each week, and then we just put that with whatever number just hit the roll before.
What do you mean an alternate number?
Like one number that we don't like, that we just decide, you know what, instead of using this number, so like 13 and 19 we used this week.
Yeah.
If we want to take one of those out, say 13, we make that our revolving number, and we change it each week to whatever number just hit on the roll before ours.
Oh, okay. I like that.
So that way, if we get a back-to-back.
So you would just, on our doc here, for example, you would leave 13, but you would kind of like highlight it, and then that would just become whatever just hit.
Yeah.
So we don't miss out on a back-to-back. Okay, I feel you. I wouldn't hate doing 19 for that. So the reason I threw 19 on there is I was watching a video about roulette. Don't ask me why. And this guy ran like millions of simulations, and the least likely number was 19. So I was like, I'm going to hit it. And it didn't happen.
Right.
So I would not hate getting rid of 19 there. And also,
we can test that next week.
By the way, that study completely irrelevant because every number has equal chance of hitting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's completely random. It's about as random as it gets. So this video that I watched is a 15-minute video, wasting my fucking day, but I don't care. All right, we need to wrap it up. How long did we go?
About an hour and a half.
Oof, goddamn. All right. Well, have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week. Let's hit some tanks. Go some tutties. See you.
Peace.